Hi, everybody. Scott Kelby here with a very beautiful tan Hawaiian man, Mr. Matt Kloskowski.
Hello.
All right, dude.
I'm back.
Did you buy a timeshare?
I did not buy a timeshare.
Nobody goes to Hawaii and comes back without a timeshare.
Dude, I told you the story. I have the foolproof way to get through any timeshare discussion.
He really does. He starts the discussion by saying he has a raging case of sinuses.
Sinus infection.
No,
I
we're not going to tell the story today, but let me tell you what, no one's selling Matt a timeshare.
If you need to get out of a timeshare discussion, I have the foolproof way.
You will not have to worry about it.
It will decimate any timeshare salesperson's case that they can have.
Well, we missed you. I'm glad to have you back.
Thanks, man. Thanks. It was a good vacation.
When Matt's not here, there's a rift in the universe. Hey, speaking of rifts in the universe, somehow or another, Joe McNally's birthday whizzed by this week, and of course we weren't on the air, but this is our first chance to do this. So if you all join us at home, out loud, wherever you are, in singing Joe McNally, happy birthday.
We have studio audience helping too.
Studio audience help. Here we go. Ready, everybody?
Ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe. Happy birthday to you. Yay! Happy birthday. You know what? 40 is a big one. When you hit 40, it's a big birthday. We wanted to give him some love. So thank you, studio audience. And thank you for those of you who actually sang out loud. Joe is one of our favorite people on the planet, and we're very, very happy for him to have another birthday. We hope he has many, many, many more until it becomes a burden to us all. All right. Hey, 6 days to the Photoshop World early bird special ends. So if you want to save that $100, there are 6 days left till the early bird. So do it now. Don't wait a few days and mess up and then go, oh man, I missed the deadline. August 5th, that's it. Save $100. Save money, save money. Hey, if you're wondering about, the Photoshop World Conference and Expo, you can download the brochure. We have a PDF you can download, read all the classes and everything. Go to this address. It's http://kel.by. So it's a bit.ly link, kel.by/PSW, which stands for Photoshop World.
That's good.
14. So it's kel.by/PSW14, and we've got, you can download the PDF brochure and check it out. We have giveaways.
Somebody's got a new book out.
I do.
Somebody worked really hard on this book because I remember him working really hard for a long time.
Who's got 2 thumbs in the new book? I do. That was a hard book to do.
I know, man. I remember.
But it was worth it. And you know what? I saw some reviews. I saw a guy yesterday on Twitter saying it's the best book I've ever written.
That makes all the hard work worth it.
Yes, it does when you see something like that. And a lot of great comments. So I'm very, very excited.
So it's volume 5 of your digital photography series book.
We're giving away 5 copies today.
For volume 5.
5 copies.
I got it. But it's a little bit different because it was usually like one tip. It was your book was kind of done in a one tip per page kind of a style, but this is photo recipes
for 2 pages.
It's photo recipes,
right? Well, the most popular chapter in the book was the last one. It was called Photo Recipes, where I go, here's a recipe for getting this shot. But the limitation was I could only show you the final picture and then write a little bit below it. So when I did this one, the whole book is photo recipes, which is why it's called Part 5, Photo Recipes. And now I can show you the final picture, a behind-the-scenes picture. I can describe what's going on behind the scenes. I can give you all the camera settings and lighting settings. I can explain what the thought process is and what I did in post-processing. Because a lot of times when someone will show you a lighting diagram or whatever, and then you look at the final shot, you go, that diagram doesn't get this shot. There's a whole bunch of stuff you didn't tell me. So I did that. Now, in a lot of cases, there wasn't that much post-processing, and I could just talk about it in the book. In a few cases, it was more than I could talk about, so I gave you the general thing and then said, you know what, just go watch a video. And then I made videos for people who watch the book.
So I don't know if they can do like a...
Yeah, they can zoom in. They have a thing called a zoom.
Thing.
All right. Oh, he's going to the jib.
He's going to the jib.
Can he zoom on the jib?
I bet you, dude, the jib is the jib.
The jib is the jib, but I don't know if it's zoomy.
There
we go. Boom. Yeah,
so that's kind of the style.
Yeah, so you see me there on the floor praying that the picture comes out. No, I'm actually on the floor shooting up. And then you see the portrait of the guy, the guitar player. And then I go through exactly, how I did it, you know, why all the thought process, and in the thought process, I'm allowed to give tips too. I can.
Oh, you're allowed.
Well, I'm allowed to do anything I want. No, I was able to give you tips. Anyway, you can win that today. Plus, we're going to give away a new type of membership to KelbyOne. So you can join monthly, you can join annually, but you can also do what's called a 4+1 membership, which is 4 months, and then you get a 5th month free. But you only charge you for 4 months. That's why the 5th month.
It's free.
It's called 4+1. Boom, it's $99. We'll be giving one of those away today as well. Today is our blind critique episode. We are very excited about it because it's always a lot of fun. It's a great learning experience. And let's see what else.
Got some. I already kind of I had to look at them as they came in.
If you are Keenan Adams and you're watching, do me a favor. Don't watch this episode.
Start your own show.
Start your own show. Do it your way. Hey. Anyway, our topic is blind critiques. We've got we weren't going to do this. It wasn't our topic today. And then Matt realized, he said, dude, it's been 4 weeks since our last one. I'm like,
we usually like to do one a month.
Yeah, we like to do one a month, and we're 4 weeks away. And so we're going to take next week's topic, which is people who send annoying tweets. And we're going to instead do that next week. And today's blind critiques. Thank you to everyone who submitted. And you kind of had to submit at the last minute because we didn't get to our topic today till
we got lots.
We got lots of great submissions. We're going to be seeing those right after the break. Don't go away. You're live here on the Brid. Let's break Brid.
The grid.
Yeah, the grid. That's it.
We all know the difference a great teacher makes. They inspire you, challenge you, and push you to do the things you never thought you could. For creatives, that means you've got to know your tools inside and out. Whether it's Photoshop or photography, lighting or Lightroom, InDesign or After Effects. And while there are free videos out there, you have to watch 30 bad ones just to find a decent one. And a lot of times, the techniques are either outdated, complicated, or just plain wrong. What we need is a better way to learn. One that connects amazing teachers with creative people all over the world, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. A thriving educational community with nothing but the most talented, engaging, and respected teachers in the industry. Then we simplify the whole learning process with short, clear, concise classes. That's exactly what we've created for you right here at KelbyOne.
Hey, we're back. It's me and Matt.
Wow, we got a singing introduction.
Hey, can I tell you just real quickly? So for those of you who watched my embarrassing moment about that book, so in the book, just 5 seconds on it. And I'm not going to explain how. You have to go watch the video on my blog. But we accidentally got a photo in there that uses selective color. All right, and so rather than just wait for everyone to bash me, I put a little video together explaining it. But I saw a lot of people go, well, why are you so down on selective color and why is it so bad and all and I want to make this clear that selective color is wonderful for clients. Clients love selective color. If I have a client and they want me to make something selective color, I wouldn't even think twice about it. I wouldn't wince. I wouldn't cringe. I don't care. It's a Photoshop technique. Sure, you want the bride's bouquet to be in color. You want everything else in black and white?
Yeah.
Done. I could really care less because the public does love it. In fact, I've taught it in some of my books. And when you read the introduction, I always go, look, I know that we as photographers think this is cheesy, but clients love it. And that's why I include it in my book. And so understand that it while we snicker about it personally, like, oh, it's selective color, wah, 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 clients do like it, you know? And it's just like, you know, if you're gonna go, you wanna make clients happy, you wanna do something, go shoot things you shoot a puppy on a railroad track, shoot a guy walk down a railroad track with a guitar over his shoulder.
Yeah, we're not
saying. People love it.
Yeah.
But when you're talking to other photographers, that's when it's kind of that wah, wah, wah. So that's what it was.
Because they've seen it so much.
Right, because it's been done to death, and so we go, oh, that's just like cliche photographs. You know, if you do a cliche photograph, like somebody walking down the railroad track, or one of those cliche looks, then we as photographers go, wah, wah. But if the client says, Scott, I want a portrait, I want to be like that, that's exactly the portrait I will shoot. I'm not going to try to talk them out of it. I'm not going to make them feel stupid for it or anything like that. So those are two separate topics. It's okay for clients and regular folks like it, photographers who make fun of it. Hey, let's go to St. Louis. I'm going to be there anyway. You live there, want to come out and see me. All right, I'm going to be in St. Louis a couple weeks. Sometime. Where is it? More than a couple weeks. End of August.
About a month away, yeah.
About a month away, though. So come out and see me in St. Louis. If you're a KelbyOne subscriber, you get a discount and all. And then I'll be in Kansas City a couple of days later. And I'm having dinner with Sean Welsh. Right there. Sean. She's going to find me a burger place or ribs or some crazy thing. Joe McNally's also going to be out there.
I'm in Livonia, Michigan, September 29th.
I love Livonia.
You know, I don't know that I've ever been.
Well, it's a suburb. It's not a suburb. It's kind of a suburb of Detroit. But I tell you what, we get great crowds and great people in Livonia.
Cool.
Seriously,
I
was there with my tour. It was wonderful.
I'm looking forward to it. We got Corey Barker going out on his brand new kind of special effects tour, too.
Yeah, he's in Miami.
Make sure you check that out.
All right, ready to get some blind critiques?
Ready.
All right, while Matt's getting ready, just want to give you the official rules of blind critiques. Rule number 1, we do not mention the people's name that we're critiquing. That's why they're called blind. So we don't say, oh, this is from Bill Johnson. If you put a watermark on there, then everybody knows who did it. But we don't mention your names. Number 2, our job is to tell you the truth. If we just call it like it is. Nobody's going to really tell you the truth about your photos. If you send into here, we will. Number 3, neither Matt nor I are nearly as good as Joe McNally. If you go and watch Joe McNally's critiques on KelbyOne, it's a brilliant night. It was unbelievable. This will not be that. It's me and Matt. It's totally believable. All right, ready?
I am ready.
Let's see who we got first.
All right, let's see here. So you did say selective color is out, but there's 2 very, very good photographers that still use selective color. Look at that, Glenn Lewis and Peter Hurley, they use it.
And Dave Clayton is not a photographer, but he's a photographer's best buddy. He's a graphic designer, and he's totally photo hip. So, but this is a very mean picture.
So they apparently still use selective.
But you know what? It's great to see 3 of the greatest guys together like that because they are.
I know. I'm jealous. I want to be there.
I know. Me too. Especially with black when you turn black and white.
All right. So here we go.
Okay. And out of left field, here comes a Formula One car.
So I have to laugh at this. I got to tell you a backstory to this one.
Okay.
So, because I meant to say when we were talking about the rules of blind critiques, because a lot of people say, how did you do this? We're doing blind critiques because people asked us to. Because people sent in their photos, and they said. And I was going to say, as opposed to when you go on Facebook and you change your cover photo. All I did was change my cover photo today to one that I took when I was in Hawaii. And somebody wrote in and said, I don't really care for this. I don't like this, and proceeded to critique. I didn't say anything, didn't say, check out I just changed the cover photo.
Dude,
anyway,
every time
so
I
clicked on his name to say, I was like, all right, let me go check out this guy's stuff. This is the guy that said
so
that
we're going
to
critique him?
So, but you know what? I can't say anything. I mean, I like him.
Yeah, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I was going to say he's pretty good.
I'm not going to say anything bad. I like it.
So can I tell you something though? It's weird. So this is a long exposure fanatic. I can tell you that. This person, look, long exposure, next. Long exposure, next. Long exposure, next. Long exposure, not quite as long. And then long exposure. That is a very, very slow shutter speed to be able to get the wheels spinning, to get the background moving. You got a car that's going probably 180 miles an hour here.
Yep.
And that looks like Formula One, not Indy. That looks like a Formula One car because they changed the front of the Formula One cars because they realized they were too good looking like they were. They thought, let's make them ugly and boxy, and son of a gun, they sure did. You know that? Can I tell you something? This is going to sound crazy, but I lost my desire to shoot Formula One when they redesigned the cars.
Really?
I don't want to shoot cars that look ugly. Okay.
Anyway, I like it. I mean, he's got the long exposure thing going, nice low angle. You got
he can shoot.
This is good. Leads up into. I mean, it's just that the way the water leads up there.
Can I ask you a question?
The way the water leads up
Man,
there.
just your personal opinion.
Go ahead.
You think Joe McNally's a pretty good photographer?
I do.
Do you think Joe goes by anybody's website out there and gives them an unsolicited peek of their image?
I do not.
Nope.
I do not, but hey, no good. Yeah, okay. I'll give him one thing on this. I would have personally
got rid of that.
I would have.
Yeah.
And I don't know it'd be that easy to do right now. I would have walked over and picked it up and moved it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing that I'll give him, and this isn't even a critique. This is more of a personal thing. I like waterfalls that have a little bit of detail. They have a little bit of the texture of the water, like you can see the lines of the water.
You do a shorter, long
Just a shorter exposure. And it's a personal preference. So this guy may have already experimented with that. He may just like this. It's got more of an ethereal, silky ethereal. There we go.
That thing.
But I like a little bit of texture, not frozen water, but there's an in between place between this, where it's all the details gone, and a frozen water. So it's just a personal preference.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
I like the super silky water.
Do you?
Yeah.
See? That's why I said it's a personal preference.
I'm a super silky water guy. Mark Swift, who's your big fan from Facebook, says, I'm sorry, Matt. I appreciate the night's comments, guys.
I didn't mention your name, Mark.
Yeah, it was you, Mark.
All right, ready. Number 2.
Okay.
So I think people know what we're going to say.
Yeah, so what these are snapshots. These aren't really photographic, like, quality images. They're cell phone images.
Are these monkeys?
Yeah, I don't know what they are. All right, so now maybe they took these with their cell phone, and that's why they look like they do.
Yeah.
Let's go to 500px so we can show
well, I just want to, I want to show
what's a monkey shot look like. There you go.
So I know it's not the same kind of monkey.
No, we'll choose the one below it then. Because there's 2 monkeys.
All right, there's 2 monkeys.
Yeah.
They look like sad monkeys.
Now let's go back and look at the other one.
So it's almost like, remember the last time we did this, we had the bird photographer?
Yeah.
A lot of the same principles apply.
Yeah.
It's the light. There's really no light or backlight on it.
There's not a good gesture.
A horrible background.
It's busy. You're not close enough.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be tough to get it. Like, if we were to help them, I would have said, put your son, daughter, mother, father there, take a snapshot to say, hey, we were there with the monkeys, and move on. Because I don't even think you can make a good picture there.
But you could make a good picture there, not standing there, not with that lens, not with this thing. But I'll bet you, if you had a long lens, you move to a different angle where you could actually see what the monkeys are doing, get some depth, and get some. And you know what? Like, I've shot in a zoo before, and you know, when you're shooting in a zoo, you can stand in one place and there's no picture, and you walk 10 or 15 feet away, and then all of a sudden you can get an angle where all of a sudden there is a picture, and you were standing in the place where there is no picture, but you took it. You know what?
I mean, this could be in a zoo for all we know.
That probably is in a zoo.
Yeah, I mean, this could be in a zoo, but it's
close up.
It's a nicer photo. There's more depth in the background there. It looks better.
So one of the problems with shooting animals in general is you have to separate them from the background. One way to separate them is to use a wide open f-stop. Use a very low numbered f-stop, f2.8, f4, f5.6, and zoom in tight. When you're way out there, that's really, really hard to make a good picture in that mess.
Yeah.
All right, next one.
Next one, we got portrait.
This is kind of the same thing. You needed to get back, zoom in closer, and put the background way out of focus behind her and make it more flattering. It's not a very flattering picture, and it looks like you've done no retouching, which is not. You need to do a little retouching to every photo.
Just right under the eye. Everybody's got it. We just lighten it up a little bit.
And there's a really big part in her hair, a really big white part in her hair. I mean, she's a cute woman, but it's not a good photograph.
She doesn't look like she's really happy to be there.
No, she's like kind of like, okay, take the picture quick. Okay,
like, okay, I'll stop and I'll pose, and then move on.
All right, and this next one, that's a dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, you got to be a lot closer, because look at what's surrounding this dog. Ugliness. Now, I got to tell you, it's not a beautiful dog to start with. And it's not a pretty dog in not good surroundings. Can we go to 500px and see a dog? What kind of dog is that? Was that a pit bull?
I think so.
Type in pit bull, see what you get. And see if you get maybe the wrapper. See? Any one of those, click on them. Up close, background's out of focus. So it may have been an ugly background there, but you don't see it because they use that separation from the background. That separation is so So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, because even there's a leash there, but I don't even care.
Yeah.
Like if this were my dog, I'd be like, oh, that's a great picture of the dog. Where that one's just like,
Yeah, and I realize that you may love that dog, but you're not doing that dog any service.
It's almost identical, right? This one's cropped in a little bit tighter, but
It's better, but
you're still having there's a difference. Wide f-stop,
yeah.
get close.
Nice zoomed in tight. You're not tight enough. I'm seeing a bulldog in the background. And I'm seeing a bunch of legs and other distracting. Well, really, there's a common theme in your photos, and that's distracting background. And it may be because you're using a cell phone camera. I can't tell. That helps. That helps a bunch.
And all that would be really blurry if you were stepping back.
Yeah, if you use the right
lens.
f-stop, you wouldn't really notice all the other stuff in the background. The dog would be standing out. And once again, go type in flamingo. You shot way too wide. There's the backgrounds all in focus. And if we go to 500px and type in flamingo.
Ooh, is that selective color
Oh,
flamingo?
it's selective color
there
flamingo.
We go.
Bonus points. Bonus flamingo.
Oh, that's
Hey, but look, there's a group of flamingos up at the very top. Go to the very top.
This one?
That's a cool picture.
Right.
That right there. That's a cool picture. That's a really fascinating, interesting shapes and graphic, and the color is great, and it's just, wow, that's a neat picture.
Anyway.
So I don't want to say this in a bad way, but there's people that are in the game, right? That you're close. You just need to tweak this and that and the other. You're not quite in the game yet. You got a cell phone. Now, if you took these with a DSLR, you're treating it like a cell phone.
Yeah.
You're not making any use of the things that are the advantages of having a DSLR. You're straight up shooting it like a cell phone.
Zoom in, drop your. You know what? If I could give them just a small piece of advice, zoom in.
Yep.
Lower your f-stop to whatever the lowest your
Number
lens
is
will allow.
5.6 is
Stand
fine.
back and find a better background.
Yeah,
And that'll
you know what?
improve all these photos.
Yeah, every one of them should be improved with a better background. Because you know what it is? Can I tell you something? Generally, the foreground takes care of itself. You have a pretty girl standing right there in front of you. She's going to be fine. The background behind that just killed it. Now, her facial expression didn't help you, but the background killed it. The pit bull laying there in the middle of an ugly background, it's just killing it.
All right.
Next.
Ready, next one.
Nice. Good all the way around. I like architectural shots, and I like the black and white treatment of this, and I love all the leading lines, and just yay, good shot. This has such a shallow depth of field that it's a little annoying that his teeth are kind of out of focus.
Yeah, it's like the front teeth. Yeah.
Yeah, so
The
you
eyes
might
are right
have done
there.
this. So if you have like a Canon 1.2, right? A Canon like 85 1.2, it will do this. It has so little. Also, what'll make it a little out of focus like this is if you're not shooting the lens straight on. You're aiming down at him, which it looks like you are. It looks like you're higher than he is, and aiming down at an angle. The field becomes even less shallow. I like the guy. I like his smile. I like your angle up high, but his lips and mouth being kind of out of focus is just kind of kills the shot. Unfortunate because it otherwise is a pretty good shot. Nice. I like the sharpness. I mean, it's been done to death. I'll probably do it tomorrow at a bridal shoot I'm doing. So, but it's okay. Brides like it. You know what? This is like going back to that selective color. If you do this for the bride and groom and they see it in their album, I guarantee they'll love it. Yeah. It's their rings in love.
This is a good shot off the checklist for a wedding.
Check. Got it.
Nothing we can say about it.
Nothing. You're good to go. This is my favorite of all of them.
Yeah, I like this one a lot.
This is very well done. Now, if I had my druthers, I would like to see the sky darker. It's not a sunset sky. Well, maybe a little, I don't know. I would like to see the sky really dark, but I'm just nitpicking. I like this shot. Very nicely done.
And it's a great one for a pano because
love the reflections.
You have to cut all this stuff out if you didn't, and I like it.
Nope, very nicely done. And this is nicely done. You could be in tighter on them, I think, because you didn't go wide enough to make a big wide statement, so get rid of some of the superfluous stuff.
And can I tell you one thing that'll just help this out so much?
A tiny little bit of a vignette.
I mean, it'll be
there you
the
go. Just
difference
a little
between
tiny
night and
vignette.
day. I mean, seriously, that's before, that's after.
Yeah, that
It
vignette
makes
just
such a difference.
Well, it focuses your eyes on them, and the edges of the images are usually kind of Not a big old vignette, but a little one like that Matt just put on. Very nice. Good job, though. Good photographer all the way around.
Next up, we got some surfing.
All right, good. 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 Good.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah. So I'm not a surf photographer, and I'm not qualified to really talk about surf photography. I tried to shoot surfing once. I had a 400 millimeter lens. I was still way too far away.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get, but I've looked at a lot of surf photography. One of the photographers that I follow does a lot of surf stuff, and when I see their stuff, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
This is all pretty good. Like, I'm sure that if you gave these surfers the shots, they would really like them. But I don't think that they're in the size of. Was that your?
It's not a show unless my phone rings and I forget to turn it off.
But he said turn off your cell phone.
I know, and sadly, it's somebody that works here and knows that we do the show.
Anyway, they're not big enough waves to give you the kind of spectacular.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, and you're in shallow water. In fact, one of them is really shallow water here.
They're sharp. They're technically right.
Yeah,
it's just it's not those waves that make you go wow.
Yeah, it's kind of like what do you have to do to make the kind of surf shots that you want? Look at that. You can see the ground.
And that one's his whole face is gone.
Yeah.
That's probably my least favorite.
I mean, not bad. I think you're doing good with what you got. But if you really want to make some amazing surf shots, go to where amazing surf happens. Right? So go to Hawaii's North Shore or, oh, that's easy. Sure, jump on a plane and go to the North Shore. That's like saying, oh, it's easy. Jump on a plane and go to Arizona to get Wild West landscapes. Yeah, that's what you kind of have to do.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think with what you've got, you're getting
all technically
you're doing pretty good. Yeah, technically good.
All right. Moving on.
We take what the defense gives us. Aw. Aw.
Aw.
Aw. Aw. You know what? It's hard to go wrong shooting kids, but I think you're doing right. I think you're doing a nice job. The kids, their expressions are great. They're nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight, nice and tight. Beautiful light.
You know what I was going to say? So regardless, because I know they're kids and it's hard to go wrong, but this person has a good eye for light.
Yep, good light. Yeah,
that's nice light. That's nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. Mm-hmm. Very nice. They've got a good eye for light.
That next to last go back one. That's gorgeous light.
Yeah. So they've got a great eye for light. If you didn't, these pictures, we'd be saying, oh, they're cute kids. But
yeah, but no, you're doing a nice job. Yay. Yay, you. Nice. Nice. Huh. What the heck happened there? So, I really like this shot. This shot looks like a different photographer took it than the ones at the end. This has a very nice commercial slick feel to it. Looks like you used a ring light, little ring-a-rooney, but with none of the bad things of ring light. So I don't like the catch lights, but nobody cares but photographers, so don't worry about that. Nobody else probably ever noticed but us. I really like that. She does have the headache thing, which I know a lot of photographers don't like that. They're like, oh God, not the hands to the head. I'm okay with it. I think this is a nice shot. You know what I like about it? The overall tone of it. Mm-hmm. It has a very nice tone. She's got a nice look. The retouching is nice. I like the little snowflakes or specks or whatever it is. This has a very particular type of tonal contrast. Can I talk about tonal contrast for a second? I want to give you guys a Photoshop tip.
Is she bent over?
She looks like she's leaning forward, yeah. Can I give you a tip that I think will help a lot of people with tonal contrast? I really, really like tonal contrast effects. But there's a particular place where I think you should not put tonal contrast besides the skin. The skin usually makes it messy. But you know what it is? Things that are the color white. Like if you put it on a white jersey for an athlete, it looks very affected. Dirty. It looks dirty. It looks overly affected. It loses the white. It turns to gray, and it looks like the effect starts to overcome the image. So can we bring that image back up on screen again? If you removed it just from the white, I don't mean the shoes, I mean like in her dress, this image would look a lot better. It's just that white, it's almost like bluish dirty now. And I think that white, I think, is the color that is the most reactive to tonal contrast effects. So I like the kind of the pose, and I kind of like the cuteness of the whole thing. If you can back off on that tonal contrast, I think you got a winner.
Yeah.
And I'm just ambivalent about this photo. It's okay. Looks like a guy leaning against the glass.
It's very different than...
Yeah, like it doesn't even look like the same photographer took. Looks like the first two was someone really working it. And the next one is your friend who took a picture. It's kind of cool. And then, I know the concept you're going for here. Her hand being cut off, and and she's looking up at something, we don't know what it is. Is there something in her hand? This one's just not.
There's paint in her hand.
It's just not working. It's just not working.
She's looking up at her hand saying, why is there paint on my hand?
Yeah, why is there paint on my hand?
And why is it dripping on me?
Yeah, I don't know. And I got to imagine that this is just a full composite. I don't think you put her there. This is just over processed, and the perspective looks awkward. I can't. This does not look like the same photographer. The last 2 or 3 shots don't look like. I would just recommend this photographer because you obviously have some skills. I would do more of the first 2 and less of the last 3 because you got some good stuff going on there. You really do. You have some good stuff. So it's just, it's not a consistent look. I like your post pretty much, but it's a little heavy-handed. What do you think, Matt?
Yes, but like you can even see it on the dress. Yeah,
and her legs look blurred, like overly softened.
I don't know. I can see where they're trying to go with it. It's just, if I were to say continue with something, I'd say
that one for sure.
It.
Those 2.
Yeah.
And the others were moving far away from it. But I mean, you definitely have some skills. You're in the game. You're so in the game. These are all technically well done. They're all proper exposure. They're all black and white, and then black and white has been done nicely. They're square, which is interesting. They're just, you know what's not interesting? Any of the subjects.
The subjects.
You're just like, there's nothing, I'm sorry, there's just nothing interesting about that. When you're trying to take a shot that makes an impression, you want someone to look at that and go, wow.
Whoa.
That's it, wow. This is an empty pot, same thing here. It's just, they're okay.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. I hate to say nothing. It's just, I don't know.
If you're trying to take okay shots, you're nailing it. But the subjects are just not interesting. Unfortunately, they're just not interesting. They're just they're technically fine. I can't tell you, change your f-stop, change your lens, change your anything. Just find more interesting subjects. These are just not interesting.
Yeah, it almost seems like, I mean, they kind of like walking around and taking things that
just
are
random,
just out and about there, but there's got to be better looking random things that are out there.
Yeah, got to be better random things. Yeah, they're just kind of. All right, let's see what we got here. Can we go back? That's beautiful. That is gorgeous light. That's not. Ooh, I like that. Is that the 4 shot?
That's all they got. Yep.
Okay, first off, your first shot is, I think, spectacular. That is as pretty light gets. That's beautiful. Profile shots, when you pull them off, they're not easy to pull off. A good profile, I think that's nice. I love the way it goes to black. I think that's just a marvelous shot. Maybe get a little more from her, but I think it's just the light's so pretty, I'm just drawn in, and nice job. And what in the world happened here?
Yeah, you go from
you went from Rembrandt to just a guy with a camera in the park.
Unless that was you starting out and practicing, and then you started to hone in on what you want, but.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's not a good cropping. It's cropped too tight on his chin by a long shot. and he doesn't have a very good expression. You know, it's like when I said it's hard to shoot a profile, and when you make it works great. This isn't working at all. I'd take this out. I wouldn't show it to anybody.
You really sharpen the daylights out of, and then you got this little thing going on down here too.
This is just one of those shots that's just not working. I'm trying to figure out what's going on in this shot. It's not badly lit. The subject looks okay. Is she in the dentist chair?
I'm trying to figure out what her arm is doing.
I don't know what that is.
It's a key. Ooh, a key. It's a key to something. I just don't know what.
This one is not working for a different reason. You pulled off the shot, but we don't know what she's doing or why we would care. It's just kind of...
Yeah, the light's not bad.
Right. But then the next shot is amazing. I love the atmosphere, meaning the fog and the junk in the background. I love the fact that there's someone else walking behind her. I love a shot that you look at it and you go, I wonder what's going on there. Where was this? Where was she on her way to? What's she looking at? Is there a bridge? Is there something going on? I mean, I love this shot. It's really, really beautiful. You have 2 amazing shots and 2 shots you shouldn't show anybody. You're halfway there, but you're in the game. I like it. You've shown with those couple of shots that you have the skills to take really good shots. And half the time you're doing it. Brad says it's breakalicious.
Breakalicious time.
Is that like bootylicious? Brad says, yeah, sure. Anyway, hey, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to be looking at some more of your images, something else, blah, blah, blah. We'll be right back. Okay.
Pro, the full-service online photography lab, helping you grow your business with pro-quality photo products and stellar services. Get started at mpixpro.com.
Longer commercials.
I know, we don't have enough time. I didn't even take a drink of water.
I know, it's like crazy. Hey, we're back. Just want to mention, we got a brand new class. Every Thursday, we come out with a new class on KelbyOne, and tomorrow is one I'm really excited about. You guys know Dave Black?
I know.
Dave Black's an amazing, amazing guy. And we're doing, our class tomorrow is on Olympic sports photography. Now, here's the thing. Now, number one is I'm on there with Dave, but it's about Dave. Especially since I've never shot the Olympics. It's super about Dave. But here's the thing is, I don't want you to think I'm not going to get to shoot the Olympics, so I shouldn't watch this. Mm-hmm. It's about swimming. It's about track and field. It's about sports that become Olympic sports. It's not about shooting the Olympics. Though he's shot many, many Olympics and has got some amazing photos and some amazing examples, but it's a real teaching show on how to, it's just great. It's just terrific.
Yeah,
and it's a full class. It's not an interview. It's a class on there with him. It's really, really terrific. Also, last week our class was photographing motion outdoors with Joe McNally, the birthday boy. And we also released another class, which was wedding photography systems. And these are the guys from Atlanta that are so good.
They came. Yeah, he was on. We had him on the grid.
He was on the grid, and these guys are clever. These are real working pros, very, very clever. Hey, we got
really good.
We got a deal for you. Every week we have a special deal from our friends at Peach Pit. Since you're watching the show, you get 40% off on an ebook. The deal starts tomorrow. I don't know why it starts tomorrow, but it starts tomorrow. It is on portrait photography from one of our Photoshop World instructors, Eric Valland. It's called Portrait Photography from Snapshots to Great Shots. If you go to peachpit.com/KelbyOne and enter the code KelbyOne, well, you get 40% off.
Cool.
And Eric's good.
Oh, yeah.
Good teacher, good photographer, good man.
Nice guy.
Let's look at your images.
Hey, real quick, you guys had a good show last week.
Dude,
we had to. Well, I think if people didn't see it, they should go back and watch it.
Right. So last week's show, we basically did a whole thing on why people aren't using the video in their DSLRs. What we found is people do shoot video, but they don't actually put it into a movie. They don't make
do
it into
anything with it.
And they say because they don't have time to learn Final Cut Pro or Premiere Pro or any video program. We're photographers. We're already busy with Photoshop and Lightroom. We don't have time to go learn that stuff. So in 5 minutes, we showed you how to use video in a program you already have. It's a photography program that lets you put together movies. And it's really, really terrific. Cool. It's actually Photoshop, and nobody knows it's there. And everybody was coming back going, I had no idea. I mean, I got more emails and shout outs on Twitter and on Facebook and all over that one show. So go to last week's show with me and RC where we talk about using video, but go about 20 minutes in, because the first part is me talking about my embarrassing story. Start at about the 20-minute mark.
Which is worth it.
And then you'll see why it's so important. And then we put up a timer, a 5-minute timer, to take you through the 7 steps to learn it. And you'll watch that, and people were saying, I actually had people sending me links to videos that they did that night. They've never done a video before. So anyway, very, very cool. Go check it out. Ready?
All right.
Here we go.
Go.
Okay, can I say something? I really like this shot. I really want to know where that shot is. That is really cool. I don't even know what it is. It's like a space station.
Yeah.
Ooh, I really like
it looks like Star Wars.
Yeah, it does. I love this shot. I love that shot. I love that shot. It's probably where the other thing was. I love that shot. I love this photographer. I love this photographer.
Where is this?
See, that looks like in the middle. That I don't know.
It's got a needle. Is that? I mean, who has needles?
I don't know. This was
Seattle,
like a composite,
Toronto.
because those look like the architecture looks like. Oh, come on! What's his name?
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's like the modern. Oh, I love him. Any other time I could tell you, but Frank Gehry. Looks like Frank Gehry's work.
Gehry.
And that looks like the dancing, or what do they call it, Fred and Ginger in the middle. I don't know where these are, because this could be like taking parts of other buildings, but it's darn well done. I don't know who this photographer is. I love you. You're awesome. Great stuff right there.
It's got a Star Wars.
And you know what it is? Of course, you could say, well, what did they do? What did they do? They just showed up and took a picture of it. Everybody that's submitted a picture showed up and took a picture of it. The post-processing treatment on that is sublime.
And it's where you stand. It's the angle.
It's where you stand.
Yeah.
It's really nice. The light looks great. Everything looks great. The next shot looks really great. I love this shot. I love the color. I love the little drawing on the side. Everything is so clean. It's such a clean shot. Whatever it is, it makes me want to go there, and I just love that.
Yeah, dude. When you walk up to that and you see that and that, you're like, ooh.
Ooh, it's like they put it there for me. This is my least favorite. It's a really cool building, and it's well done, but it's just my least favorite. I can't really give any reason why, other than because it's still a good shot. I like to go to that place, and I think one of the marks of a great travel photo is when you see it and it makes you want to go there. Yeah. And I think that does it. I just think this is so interesting, and it's so clean and well done. This photographer has a wonderful sense of cleanliness and simplicity, and that's just cool. I don't know who the photographer is, but high five. I love your stuff.
Next up.
It's a good photographer. I mean, technically.
So what would you say about the lighting?
I don't know.
Lighting?
Well, the lighting is varied. It looks good here. Good lighting. Flat, but good. Yeah, very flat, like overly flat. Very good. Flat. So, but I mean, you know what it is? They may have been going for that flat look.
Yeah.
So I think it works here. I think the flat works the best there. I like the little skim light coming from the back. I'm not crazy about the gesture of the subject, but it's pretty. It's a good picture. I would like them to. The pose is a little.
It's what I was going to get to is we almost always go to the expression and the pose.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost always something like that.
Yeah, because I think they got all the rest nailed. I think they had the technical nailed on all of these. This is a good photographer. They have the technical nail.
Because whether it's flat or not, put the right expression and pose into this photo, and we'd like it.
And I don't dislike the flat there. It's the next one. It doesn't even seem that should be in there. I wouldn't have sent this one in. It's out of character with the rest.
She's got a constipated look.
She does have a constipated look. She looks like, so she's, this is not just, I don't know what happened there. That's beautiful. There's a little bit too much headroom. That's being picky. It's going to be the cover of like a magazine or something.
That's my favorite one out of all of them, I think.
Yeah. And I like the guy's expression.
Maybe it's a selfie.
Maybe. He's holding a light meter. Looks like it says Conic L3 458, 358. Anyway, overall, it's all technically okay. I think, you know what? Can I tell you something? With an older guy like that, can we go back to that? You could make a really interesting shot of this guy. I think
dramatic light.
I was just going to say,
less light would have been good.
With a more dramatic light, with someone older like that, and played up on their texture and their skin, it could have been a really good shot. I don't think it's a failure, but I think you can do. But you know what? This person has the skills to do better, and I think they can. That when you see something like that, him in that light.
Yeah.
With a light meter in the same place, would have made a really compelling shot.
Yeah.
You could have even gone darker with him.
Yep.
But, nice use of light. I mean, this photographer knows what they're doing.
So look a little whitey.
Well, yeah, you could say technically she's looking, you have a little bit too much of the whites of the eyes, but, not too bad.
All right. We have.
That's nice.
Church. Ooh.
That's nice. 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 Nothing super kick butt here, but just good, solid shots. Matt?
I mean,
this is your cup of tea, so.
Yeah. It's not a great looking church. It's kind of
small and quaint.
And it's not in great light. It could be a small, quaint church in great light. It's just.
Can I tell you something that's lost here in this? And this is going to be the opposite of what we said before, so you're going to go, wait a minute. I think you're too close to the church.
Yeah.
You don't get the smallness of it. Now, can I tell you this? I have no idea what's 1 foot on either side. There could be a car parked to the left.
Yeah.
There could be all kinds of reasons why this is how you had to frame it up. But I like the little church. I like the idea of the little church. I think at a better time of day, it could be really cute. And if you could go a little wider and I'm losing the scale of it.
You know what would make the little church better to me? Is if it was shot in like that kind of atmosphere and light.
Yeah.
The warm light, the foggy atmosphere.
Yeah, I will say I do like your foggy atmosphere and all that stuff.
I like that. I mean, you got the nice light, you got the atmosphere, you got a little platform there.
Paint your palette blue and gray.
Story.
Next one was.
That's just a highway.
Yeah, it's kind of.
I mean, the fog is neat, and if you had it with the church, it might be better, but it's just a highway.
Yeah, that was just kind of a highway.
It's a highway. I know it's got foreground and everything.
Well, it's a highway.
It's a highway.
I want to ride it.
All night long.
Okay. The branches are kind of killing you here, but you know what? If the branches were gone, it was completely clean, it's not a particularly interesting one. Just kind of like the water's not glassy, it's kind of reflective. The trees aren't pretty. The branches aren't helping you.
Yeah, and the reason why this worked here, the trees are pretty.
Yeah, and you have pretty light too, and you got a beautiful look at the reflection there. It's almost like a mirror reflection. Mm-hmm. The one a little later is a murky reflection. It's like maybe you took it a little too late. It's just
trees are growing.
But then I think this is very nice.
It is.
You did a good job on the sky.
Get that out of here though.
Yeah, well that's got to go.
In fact,
here it goes.
We can probably even do it in Lightroom.
You think? Yeah, you go. Voila.
There you go.
It's now historically inaccurate, but who cares? Okay, so, but you know what? You're in the game. Good stuff. Can I tell you what would pick it up a notch for that photographer?
What's that?
Just some better locations. Like that one nice location with the bridge and the good light, and you're there at fall, and it's before the leaves. It's like maybe you got there at the beginning of your vacation, and the leaves were still changing color, but you're still shooting a week after when the leaves are gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but because you have skills to make a nice shot, and your composition's pretty good, so you're in the game.
All right, we got slot canyons, antelope slot canyons. We got more rocky stuff. Ooh, is that the wave?
Did you go to the wave?
That's
Did you hike out to the wave in the worst possible light ever? Go ahead.
Nice. Oh, he's a good boy.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
All right. It's a slot canyon shot. It's
too bright. Can you adjust that, Matt?
Yeah, I would. Pull our exposure down. You know what I would do here? Whites and blacks.
Vibrance.
Option or alt click on whites. Bump that up a little bit. I'm not sure if I'll go that high.
Hey, why don't you just
back.
shift click on it, Matt? Shift click on the whites.
I think
And then shift click on the blacks.
And it's shift double click or shift click?
Shift double click.
There we go. So.
And it does an auto
That
white
helps out
bounce.
a lot.
That helped a lot. Yeah, some of these these shots look a little flat. And pull back your highlights maybe a bit. Video dropped out? Is the video dropped out, guys? Hold on, there's some speculation whether you can see any of this or not.
Let us know if you can. Call me.
Call Matt on his cell and say, hey, Matt. Maybe they can still hear us.
Let us know if you can hear
Hey,
us.
let's just pretend they can hear us and can't see the video. Okay. So we have lost the video? Okay. All right, now this next one's a nude. Now,
Boy, man,
this
there's not a thing I would change on this one.
Yeah, this is probably the most spectacular photo we've ever seen in the history of the grid. Now, I'm surprised there's so many nudes in this particular person's one.
And so many perfect.
Yeah, each one is like an Adonis.
I don't know how they got so close up on it either.
Okay, that probably went a little too far there. Matt, just stop. All right, so maybe the losing video is a sign that... Oh, video back?
We're back.
Okay, now we were back to these shots of the...
All right.
All right.
Well, we're already through the nudes.
All right, so the nudes were
The nudes were great, yeah.
The nudes were great.
All right, so here's just a quick before and after.
And by the way, when you tweet about this, and I know you will, it was Matt that said the part about the close-ups, not me. Matt's like that.
All right, let's see. So there's a little before and after that one. It's a nice slot canyon shot. I kind of like, if you're going to be in the slot canyons, I like
see
the little
the
raise
floor.
the light and to see the floor. You know what it is? Is the first time I went there, I did a lot of shots like this.
I did too.
And it wasn't until, and you got to get rid of, you got to crop that little guy out too. But it wasn't until I started showing my photos to people and they didn't know what they were.
Yeah, what is that?
And they were upside down, and they're like looking at it to the side and everything like that. And it was at that the next time that I went, I made sure I shot floor inside of the photo. So, or if there's a hole in the ceiling,
Well, also,
get the blue sky.
The floor also gets you a sense of scale of how big these slots are. It brings it all together.
Yeah, you have no idea what this is.
But I mean, not a bad first slot shot. This is really bad. Really, this is really bad.
You know, the whole point to shoot rocks like this is sunrise or sunset. It's the
Not
golden
2:30 in the afternoon.
It's that golden, it's almost red glowing light that hits these canyon walls, and that's what's magical.
Now, what's weird is it looks like you tried to do that in post. Like you tried to make it yellow, but then your sky is like, it's unlikely that blue vibrant sky produced that yellow rock.
Yeah, and the
This
shadows.
is just not doing it. It's
Sunrise
not
or
getting
sunset, it'd be a whole
It. Not
different,
getting it.
whole different ballgame.
Sorry. This is it's overexposed. And you know what it is? You're shooting in a really amazing place. And believe me, I hiked out there. I know how hard it is to hike out there. But unfortunately, it's overexposed. Add some contrast too. It's really flat looking. And add some clarity. And it's just not a very pleasing, you shot it at just the wrong time.
And it's hard to shoot it at the right time.
Yeah. It's hard enough at the right time. Let's see before and after, a little matte tweaking. Yeah, that adds more depth and dimension to it, but it's, You know what it is? You're going up against shooting places that were born to be shot at dawn and dusk, and you're trying to pull off a good shot at 2 p.m. It's very, very challenging.
You know the other hard part about this is they're so close to the wall.
Yeah, it's out of focus.
I mean, almost all. It looks like the only thing that's in focus is here.
Yeah.
And the detail would have helped it.
Yeah, it's not getting it. This needs some post-processing.
I'd get that down a little bit. And then I do the little white splash trick, shift double click.
Need some contrast.
Pull my highlights back, open that up.
Look at just adding the contrast did. Hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that helped a lot. You're still not there.
A little bit of clarity.
A little bit of vibrance.
A little bit of vibrance. We're getting there. So I think you can pull your shadows down more, but
yeah, it's okay. A longer exposure would be nicer.
And you're so close. If you waited until that sun went down, you get like little sun star.
Sunstar.
Okay. All right. And who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy?
But you know what, dude? This dog photo,
You know why it works?
compared to the other dog photo, very, very different.
This one works. Here's why. There is separation from the dog from the background. They got in close enough where you can see some personality in the dog. It's a cute dog.
So there's that. And that.
That's a cute shot.
It is. Who's a good boy?
Who's a good boy?
I want that dog. All right.
All right. I like that. I want to like that. I kind of like that. I like that.
Holy crap, she's high.
Or he's low. And I like that a lot. Boy, I tell you what. Can we go back to the last one?
Okay, you like this?
I like this photographer overall. I think they're really they're in the game. If we could have gotten a little more separation, because you know what's great on her, the moment of impact is good. The light on her is great. I like that you're seeing the bat move. You know, there's a slow enough shutter speed that you're seeing the bat move, but she's there. There's a lot of good things going on here. Of course, the background is distracting. It's not the worst background ever because there's not a whole lot going on there. But if you could have gotten, if you were to look at a, like, can you go to 500px and type in softball? And I want to show you the kind of separation, if you can get, will make a big difference. Oh, some of these are like composites and stuff. All right. Well, I was going to have you click on that shot. Oh, you're onto another page. I'm looking for a good separation baseball shot. And when you get the batter separated from the background, well, look at even right. Yeah, I mean, Matt's passing a whole bunch of them that are. Go to this one right here. That separation from the background is so important. It really makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. And that has the makings of a really good shot. That one, if you could have got in there with and it looks like you're not quite wide open. You know, you're not back far enough. You know, I don't know, but boy, you're so close to having a really great
2.8.
2.8. So they're probably shooting what, a 70 to 200? Is it 200 millimeter?
Yeah, I mean, and you may not just been able to get there, but it's just
maybe that background's too close, but I don't think it is. In which case, you know what? Can I show you what would be in a more dynamic shot? Crop it in on the bat and her, and just forget the legs. There's a really dynamic shot in there. But you need more separation. And
yeah.
So it may be the f-stop and the 200 is just you're not still in tight enough. Because you can shoot a 200 and be out far enough to where you don't get much of a separation from the background at all. I was going to see if I had something here. Let me just see if I can give you
70 to 200.
Yeah, and what probably has happened is, and were they zoomed all the way into 200?
Yeah.
They're either still too far away.
Shutter priority.
Yeah.
Meter mode of pattern.
That's not a metering problem.
I know. I'm just.
Let's see something.
Let's see what else we can find out. Copyright is unknown.
Let me see if I can find. I'm
That
looking.
was with the 1DX. Taken on May 16th.
All right, I'm gonna have to.
All right, let's see.
I'm gonna have to sign on to my.
So gymnastics photo.
Gymnastics photo. It's weird. The whole room looks tilted. The whole room looks tilted, right? The bar looks tilted. The bricks look tilted. The first thing I would want to do is straighten that out. I really love that the photographer got fairly low, and that the gymnast she's probably way up there. It's a great timing shot that she's like.
Yeah,
I think
that's it. It's a great timing shot if you were kind of almost more head on or at a different angle, and the people weren't standing there.
Yeah, darn people.
What are you looking for?
People, I'm looking for a shot. Keep looking. You keep talking. Oh, that is. I like this last one, and no, not that one. The one before. The first one, I guess. I like it because there's nice separation from the background. I like seeing the dirt kicking up and all that kind of stuff. And that's where you are close enough to get. It's probably the same lens. Go look. I'll bet you it is. I'll bet it's the same lens. That's what I'm betting for you. That
70 to 200.
The same lens.
All right.
All right, let me get my screen up here, and I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to go to video control room 2.
That's the one I'm on.
Oh, 1 or 3? Sorry. I'm on 1. So when you zoom in, his legs are cut off. The ball's not out in front of him. The ball's right at his waist. But you can get that kind of separation and still get a lot of the batter. And this isn't the ideal one. It was just one I pulled up. You can still get a lot of separation from that background. And I think that's, if you could have got a little more separation, this isn't a good, I can find a better example if I had a minute or two. But anyway, that gives you some idea of just, you can get in, go a little closer in on the batter, and when you go in closer, it's going to make that, I even have closer than that. Let me just see. I just grabbed a random one here. A random one.
All right.
All right. Hold on, Matt. Hold on. Here we go. Here we go. All right. See that? That was the first baseball game I ever shot. Not first baseball game. First major league game I ever shot years ago. And look at that background. And you're still getting the bat and the batter and all that. So it is a matter of getting in tighter, getting closer. Now, with what you may need, that particular photographer may need a 1.4 tele extender.
Yeah.
To get 70-200 to become a 70, to become a 280, to be able to get that kind of background. Because that's a 2.8 background. Actually, that may be an f4 background. But you're in so tight, it makes it.
Cool.
All right.
Next person.
Matty K.
Ready.
Go.
We got flower.
We got flower.
We got guy on swing set upside down.
That's kind of cool. Just funny.
We got Ghostbusters.
We have selective color.
Do not cross the streams. Got city. We got skateboarder. See, he is all over the place. Oh, it's like a merge to a sketch. I see.
I kind of like that one.
I know. I didn't know it was a sketch at first.
But still, even when I was just looking up, I was looking at his hands first, and then I saw the drawing and the board. I like that shot. I can't put my finger on why. It's just good shot, cool, interesting. This is nothing. This is I was crossing the street and took a shot.
I looked down and said, "Oh, there's a building."
Yeah. I don't know what to say here. It's cute. Selective color. Cute. You know what I like about this photographer? They have a sense of whimsy. Because the shot's kind of, like, I'm guessing upside down.
Yeah.
And there's other things going on there. It might have been a composite of 2. Because they did some compositing in the Ghostbusters thing.
This I think you can get rid of.
Yeah, that can go.
So if you're going to have a shot of a flower, we've said it many, many times before.
Can have a shot of a flower.
It better be one damn good looking flower.
It better be a fabulous flower, fabulously pulled off. That is like a bud. And You know what? Can I tell you what I think happens to people in that situation? Can we pull it up on screen? I think what happens is someone looks at this and go, this looks professional. It's got a professional look to it. There's nice light on the flower and the background's out of focus. It's got a professional, it's kind of, but the difference between that and a real professional shot is they would have had a great flower.
Yeah.
And so while the technique is correct, the subject isn't. You pulled off a shot of a not good-looking flower.
Yeah, that's great. That's actually great advice for him too, because if he could go have a better flower, everything is right.
Everything is technically right, and you were nailing the technique to shoot a flower. You just need a pretty flower.
All right, last person. Is that an eye from like?
It looks like a button.
But it's
Or
like
a
it's got
ladybug?
scribble on it.
I don't know.
Is that from The Strain? Did everybody see the new show, The Strain?
I don't know, but that's creepy.
It's got little squiggly things that crawl in people's eyes. Oh, gosh.
You're not in the game yet.
All right, how do we help him get in the game?
Whew. Oh, this is, well, it's all people, right? All the shots are of people?
Mm-hmm. That's the best one.
Yeah, but it's not a good one. Even at that, the post-processing is weird. It's
the lighting is off on all of them, number one.
yeah.
There's something.
And you know what else too? I love close, intimate portraits. These are like, that's too close. And all I see is her eyes like sharpened to death. When I go to the next one, all I see is ugly fingernails, like dirty, icky fingernails. But and I know that you've seen that before. You've seen this picture of a cowboy. This ain't it. It's not working. You know what I would tell this photographer? You don't really have an exposure problem. You have a little bit of a composition problem that can be fixed by looking at other photographers' work. Go find somebody who does great cowboys and desaturate it a little bit. Go find somebody who does great cowboys. You know, even Joe McNally does great cowboys. And look at how they're composing their shots and what they're getting out of them. All I see is a big, nasty thumbnail there. It's just like, ugh. It's just, you're not in the game here. And I don't think enough. Matt's trying to throw every bit of post-processing.
I'm trying.
What can I do to make this a good photo? But you know what it is? This is a classic example of, if you don't start with a good photo, Lightroom isn't going to save you. If you start with a good photo, Lightroom can make it a lot better. Lightroom can make a good photo great. You can't make a bad, cloudy, ugly idea into a good one. This is just over-processed. And this is a woman holding a rooster. I don't know what made you think this was going to be a good shot. Get a woman. Have her hold a rooster.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like, I don't know, like when you showed this to people, what did you think they were going to say, you know?
Awesome shot of a rooster. Why is she holding a rooster? Sometimes you ask a question because you want to know the rest of the story because it's unsettling and weird.
You don't want to know why she's holding a rooster?
Holding a rooster? I just don't know. And this thing in their eye, I don't know what's going on there. It's too close, and it's not good, and it's not well lit. I want to help you. I do. I think the best thing that you could do, I swear, is you really need to go look at other photographers, because it's like you have looked at some other photographers, because I can kind of see what you're doing. You haven't looked long enough. You got a fuzzy idea of what you're trying to accomplish. Like, we've seen pictures of the guy, holding the bar.
Yeah.
And he's sweaty. It's not working.
So this was natural light.
Yeah.
Obviously. Yeah. And some of those pictures that they've seen that made them want to do something like that, I guarantee you they were like an edgy lit kind of composite of some sort,
Yeah,
too.
but you know what? Also, you can see edgy natural
Yeah.
light. There's just some funky stuff. I'm sorry. I feel bad. And I know that somebody should tell you. I didn't want it to have to be us. It's not terrible. It's just, you're just not in the game yet. And really, I don't think it's spend any more time on learning your camera. I think it's go on 500px, type in cowboy, look at the kind of stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Go on 500px, type in portrait, look at the kind of stuff that they're doing, and really start to analyze. Do not go to 500px and type in rooster.
I'm doing it.
Don't. Oh God, he's typing in rooster. Hey, we're going to wrap up while he's doing a rooster look. I want to mention it's time for our giveaways. Go to KelbyOne.com/contest. And when you get to that page, you'll put in your, you need to tell them what show you're watching, the grid, and tell us what you want to win. So we have 5 copies of my brand new digital photography book, part 5, which is roosterless, but it does have one selective color shot. Long story. If you want to win one of those books, say I want to win the book, or I want the book, or whatever you want. Just something to indicate to us when we pick the winners that you win a book. And then we are also giving away a 4+1 membership to KelbyOne. So $99. It's 5 months of KelbyOne unlimited access.
Cool.
So, hey, now that's a rooster.
I found a rooster.
How do they even let that get by? That's an angry rooster.
Okay.
That's the rooster that killed my mother.
Hey, where can we find out more about you?
You can go to my blog, ScottKelby.com. You can go to Twitter, I'm Scott Kelby. You can go to Facebook, I'm S. Kelby. You
Would
can go
we
to
find the
Google.
video on your most embarrassing story on your blog?
You would. And people are very kind about it. Can I tell you how many friends of mine, Carl Franz the other day sent me, Carl Franz sent me, my buddy Carl Franz, sent me a picture of a bride with can you teach me how to do this in Photoshop? Everybody has emailed me pictures, black and whites with one little bit of selective color.
What happens? It's good stuff. All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for submitting your photos.
Thank you very much.
And that was, I know it's always hard for people to click that send button, especially knowing sometimes what we're going to say about it. But thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thanks. And we hope it was helpful. I think sometimes it's funny how many times we run into the same things. Like, you could go back and watch this show from 6 months ago, a year ago, and you would hear the same themes. You're not close enough to your subject. You're not creating separation. You're not shooting interesting things. You're shooting in dull, flat light. It's a lot of the same things over and over again. And so
I can almost guarantee you, if it's a portrait, unless it's really good, almost all the time what we're saying is bad pose, bad expression.
Yeah. You're not getting anything out of the people.
Yeah, we're never saying wrong, bad light. I mean, sometimes we are, but most of the time it's bad pose, bad expression. And if you're watching this, many people watching this, don't go onto people's websites and social media and pages and just leave constructive bad comments. Just don't do it.
No. Especially if they change their profile photo. Especially if, all right, now
we could be buddies, Mark. It's okay.
All right, let me show you an expression. This is an expression. I'm going to pull it up on my computer again. When we talk about expression, this is what I mean, like being...
You can take 2. I'm done.
All right.
They don't need the rooster anymore.
That expression, it's emotive, it captures you, it's ambiguous, it's multi-breasted, it's lascivious, it's viscous.
It's got a certain sexiness to it, too.
Brad just noticed it's him. I'm like, Brad's over there typing away, and I'm like, I keep saying words until Brad finally looks over.
Snarkiness in the chat today, too. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
We're dealing with that.
Oh, is it mostly Scott King?
No.
He's the king of snark.
It's jerkiness. Sorry.
Oh, jerkiness.
Oh, jerkiness.
There's jerkiness in the chat.
At you? Oh, don't be mean to Brad.
Snapshots. I didn't pick anything this guy could learn.
Is it Keenan saying that crap? Okay.
I don't know who it is. It's
All right.
camera shooter.
Hey, you know what? We pick what's there. Can I tell you something, guys? Some of you know this and some of you don't. There are so many entries that we get that we cannot even show. Am I right, Brad? There are so many that are there's nothing we can say. You look at them and you're like, oh my God, I can't believe you sent these into a show to be critiqued. There are so many that what we have left over is what we have left over. There's hundreds that we would never air. Literally would never air. And it would be a total waste of time because we would open them and go, nope. It would just be sell your gear. And it's unfortunate, but it's true.
I'm trying to pull up the chat just to, I can't.
Oh, it's too late. All right, we're out. Thanks, guys, for watching. We will see you next week. We've got a salacious topic next week, and if you can spell salacious, you'll probably win a prize. Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye, Brad. Brad says bye.